Hello, welcome to WoFoy TV. Thank you for stopping by my channel to watch my videos. If you're new to my channel, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button so that whenever I drop new videos, you'll be here to watch it. But if you've been coming to my channel and have never subscribed, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button so that you can also enjoy my wonderful videos. All you have to do is just log in into your Gmail account or log into your account when you're on YouTube so that you can hit the subscribe and you'll be notified whenever I drop new videos. Thank you so much for doing this for me, guys. So a quick update. The last time that I made video, I didn't even mention it. So I had a surgery last week. I had a dental surgery last week. So it has impaired my speech a little bit, and there are days that I could be in so much pain. My jaws, my cheeks are all swollen, as y'all can see. But I'm doing okay. But the pain comes in and goes. So there are days that, like in the morning, I'm in so much pain. In the afternoon, I'm in so much pain. And at night, I'm in so much pain. And then I will take medication and all that. So if you send a message and I don't get back to you, then know that this is what I'm dealing with. Like, I'll be in so much pain that, the last thing that I want to do is just, like be interacting with people. When I'm in so much pain, I just want to lay down and then get some rest. But thank you so much to the people who have reached out to me to wish me well. Thank you so much. I'm doing well. But in the meantime, you guys will have to get used to this new speech, how I sound weird and all that. But as I go through this dental procedure that I'm going through, I'm sure we're going to go through the ups and downs where my speech will be better, my speech will be a little bit distorted. But I'll try my best to pronounce my words well so that you can hear me and understand everything that I'm saying. But that's just a quick update. I'm doing well, and thank you guys for keeping me in your prayers and checking in on me. All right. So today I wanted to talk about some of the common questions that I get asked in the Green Card Lottery Africa group and WoFoy TV, people who inbox me, the comment sections about the DV lottery process. And there are some of the questions that have already been answered in videos that I've made. So guys, I always say that watch the videos, because some of the questions like what is the entire DV lottery process, that I cannot sit down and type an entire paragraph explain the process to you, because I already have a video on that. So that's why you need to watch the videos. I'm here to provide assistance and guidance, especially folks in the Green Card Lottery group, the Green Card Lottery Africa, Green Card Lottery Ghana, moving to America / WoFoy TV, people who inbox me about what the DV lottery process is about. Please watch the videos on my channel, because that is an entire page explanation of the process. And with me going through this medical procedure, that is not something that I want to spend my time on explaining the process over and over when I've already made a video explaining the whole thing to you. So guys, watch the videos, and when you watch the videos and you have unique questions that you want me to answer for you, then I can provide you with assistance. But if you're not watching the videos, if I share stuff, like if I share articles, if I share documents, and you're not reading them and you still want me to go through that is really unfair. That's a lot of work. You have to be willing to put in the work yourself. You cannot expect somebody to do all the work for you. So guys, that is for you. But the top questions that people keep asking me will be, when is the DV lottery this year? When is it starting? All right, the DV lottery this year will start in October. All right, and as we approach it, we'll be able to give you a definitive date. But at the moment, the DV lottery every year it starts in the first week of October and then ends in the first week of November. So you have reasonable amount of time from now till then to prepare. And I've already made a video that talks about how to DV 2023, how to prepare for that. All right. The second most asked questions, especially for DV lottery or green card lottery newbies, will be when is the DV 2021? So the DV, when you apply for this year, it's not DV 2021. When you apply, the DV lottery is a 2-year cycle. All right. So the DV lottery, when you apply for this year, it will be DV 2023. It's always 2 years ahead. That is how the cycle name will be called, DV 2023. And those who will apply next year will be DV 2024. So it's always like 2 years ahead. So if you're asking about DV 2021, those who apply in 2019, so apply the same concept. So it's DV, those who apply in 2019, they are the ones who are going through the DV 2021. Those who applied in 2020, last year, they are the ones who are about to see if they were selected or not in May, and that is for DV 2022. So the DV lottery is not like you apply this year and then you're ready to go to America. No, it's a 2-year cycle. All right. So some people may be able to get their interviews earlier, but it's a 2-year cycle. All right. The next question is that if there's a discrepancy in my date of birth on my school certificates and my passport and everything, what do I do? All right. So if you have that issue, then you need to fix it. All right. The reason why you need to fix it is because you were obviously born on one day. Everyone has one single date of birth. There is no reason for you to have 2 dates of birth. Of course, I understand sometimes it could be clerical error or whatever the reason is. You have to go by one. You cannot be using different date of birth whenever you feel like. That's why it's very important, especially folks from African countries, that when you get a document, whenever you're putting your date of birth on an official document, be consistent. Go with your true date of birth or whatever the date of birth is. Make sure that it's consistent on all official documents. You cannot be saying that you were born in 1983 and then on another document you were born in 1989 and then in another document you were born in 1990. The reason why you need to make sure this is consistent is because when it comes to getting a visa to come to America, there's always the assumption that people are trying to commit fraud. All right. So when you have these inconsistencies in your date of birth, it will lead the embassy or the consular officer who will interview you to think that you are a liar. And when you are a liar, it means that your credibility is already tainted. And if they think that you are a liar, then how can they trust that anything that you tell them is true? How can they trust that everything that the information that you're providing them is accurate? And they don't want people who are liars to come to America. They don't want people, because if you lie, this one is not even just a lie. You're committing a crime because on official documents, you're giving different dates. So that means that what other thing would you not do? Okay, so make sure that if your dates, there are inconsistencies on any documents, make sure you fix it. You have to correct it. And being an African myself, I understand that sometimes when somebody somebody in authority mentions something about you and they say the incorrect thing, we keep quiet about it and let the thing roll on. It's like we don't want to question people. We don't want to object to people. No, you have to do that, especially when it comes to things about date, important stuff. If you go to an office and you are filling out something, you put in your date of birth and they put in the wrong one, you have to demand and for them to fix it. You have to get them to fix it because it's going to impact you. All right. So guys, if there's any errors, so if you're somebody who is still in high school and there's inconsistencies on your date of birth, fix it before it shows up on your school certificate. Fix it. All right. So however way that you need to fix it, because when you go to the interview, the consular officer may not give you the opportunity to even explain yourself because you've already damaged your reputation. Remember, the interview is for them to know, to know accurate statements about you, to know you for who you are, to be able to, come into America. They don't want to bring criminals. They don't want to bring people who they think will lie their way to do things. And if you lie your way to do things, and most of the time you end up committing crimes. All right. So make sure that you do that, because I cannot stress that enough. You cannot have different date of birth. All right. So the next common question that people ask me is about their names. All right, their name. So your name has to be consistent. If, say, my name Phyllis Effa, my name on my birth certificate, your name on your national ID, if your country has one, your driver's license, has to be consistent. But there's an instance where your name is not consistent, and that is through marriage or through legal change of name. All right. So let's say that a woman, and mostly it happens for a woman, but if it applies to you as a man, that's okay. So if your name, say you got married and your name was changed, that is okay. You don't have to go and change your name on your birth certificate. Your birth certificate should be as original as possible. Don't go and tamper with it. Because you got married doesn't mean that you need to go and change your name on your birth certificate. What you should do is that when you get married, and this may apply in a lot of jurisdictions, if it doesn't apply in your country, then you need to find out, how do I legally change my name? All right. But in most places, to change your name, you need to get affidavit of change of name, affidavit for change of name. Sometimes it has to go through the court, or it has to go through commission of oath. It may have to go through other judicial branch for that name, for you to legally change your name. All right. So when you change your name, that change of name document, that affidavit, some countries you have to publish it. They say like Gazette. You have to publish it in the newspaper, something like that. But when you change your name, you go through that process. So now your passport will go with your new name. Your birth certificate will still have your past name, your previous name. So guess what? When you go for the interview, you need to bring the document that says that this is your new name. So when you're applying for the DV lottery, you have to use the new name, but you have to bring your birth certificate, the old one that has your old name. And when you're applying for your passport, you need to, and they ask for your birth certificate, you need to bring your old birth certificate and then your legal change of name, which is the affidavit of change of name, so that they will know that, oh, this is the legal document that says that this name, like say this Ashley Owusu, you are the same person as Ashley Mensah. Or the name I don't even know what other name that I could use, like other African names that I could use. But say you are Okori, like a Nigerian name. Say you were Ashley Owusu. That is a name that your parent gave you. But after you married someone whose last name is Okori, and so now you are now Ashley Okori. Well, you have to do affidavit for a change of name. And so when you are applying for a new passport, or you want to get your new name on your passport, you take the affidavit of change of name, your birth certificate, to apply for a new passport so that they can use your new name. Because whenever you apply for your passport, they want your birth certificate. But affidavit of change of name will show that, oh, legally you are allowed to use this name and you are the same person. That is where the affidavit of change of name comes in. So when you go for the interview, you bring your birth certificate that says Ashley Owusu. And then you bring the affidavit of change of name that says Ashley Okori. And then that will explain the discrepancy. Okay? I hope I've been able to explain that part for you. If you have more questions, you can, send me a message. You can leave a comment below. But that's the explanation for that. And the next most common question that I get asked is like, what type of work experience do you need to meet if you don't have high school education? So guys, I've already done videos on that. You can go watch that videos. I cannot tell you a specific job, but I've done a video that I've made live video in the Green Card Lottery group for you to look at them, to go through the steps of how to look at your job title to see if it meets this requirement. Remember that whatever work experience that you're going to use for, it has to be qualified. It has to have SVP, special vocational profession. I think SVP, that is it. But SVP rating of 7 or higher. So if you go to the 1tonline.org and then you go, you search under job family, and then you put in your job, you should see the SVP rating and see if it's 7 or higher, then that is acceptable. If it's below, then you cannot use that. And whatever the job is, if it's acceptable, if it meets the SVP rating requirement of 7 and higher, have you worked at that job for 2 years? You need at least 2 years of work experience in that job for the last 5 years. Okay, so it cannot be a job that you did like 10 years ago. You worked for 2 years 10 years ago. You cannot do that. You have to, in the last 5 years, you've done this job for 2 years. All right. Okay, so and then the other most common question that I get asked is that what is the cost of the DV lottery process? So the DV lottery or the Green Card lottery itself is free. When you apply for it, it's free. Okay, so there are some people out there who will charge you money to apply for you, but remember, the DV lottery application, it shouldn't take you more than 15 minutes. It will take longer if you have more children or if the website is crashing, but it shouldn't take you that long. It's not difficult. It doesn't take an Einstein to do it. You don't need a higher level of education to be able to do it. You just need to, watch videos, and my videos that I've explained how to do it. I've even shown a tutorial of the application process itself. So you can watch that on YouTube, or you can, in the Green Card Lottery Africa group, I've posted like a step-by-step guide to applying for DV lottery. Okay, but the cost will be after you have been selected. The immigrant visa application. So after you've been selected, you apply for the immigrant visa. That will be $330. So per person on that application. So if it's you, your spouse, your children, then everybody, $330 per individual person on the application. All right. So that will be the fee. The next thing that you do, like your medicals, that is not the embassy charging you the money. It's not the U.S. government charging you money, but the medical facility that you go for the medical exams will be the place that will be charging you the money. So whatever the cost is in your country, whatever the cost is in that specific medical facility will be however much that is. The other thing that you should pay for will be getting your police clearance. You need police clearance to show your criminal background, and that with your country, sometimes it doesn't cost a lot, like just a few bucks. But that is not a lot. But sometimes if you've lived in different countries and you collecting police clearance from those locations, maybe they might charge you more because you are outside of their country. Like I know Ghana, for instance, if you're collecting police certificates from Ghana, like say you're currently resident in another country and you're collecting police certificates from Ghana, they charge you a higher amount. All right. But that will be the cost, that is money that you're paying to your government, not the U.S. government. So that is the cost that you consider. The next thing will be your immigrant fee, USCIS immigration fee. USCIS immigration fee, that is $220, and that money is for processing of your green card. All right. So this money is, you only have to pay this after you have been approved your visa. But the immigrant visa application fee, the $330, is non-refundable. They don't, whether you get a visa or not, that money is gone. And your medicals, if you don't get a visa, that is wasted. The police certificate is wasted if you don't get your visa. But the USCIS immigration fee, that the $220 is after you have been approved the visa, that you have to pay for this amount. You can either pay for it after your interview at the embassy, or when you arrive in the United States, then you can go online, USCIS website, and then pay for that money, so that your green card can be printed and then sent to you. Okay. And then the next thing that you may look forward to pay will be your flight ticket. All of these things that I'm telling you, I've already made a video on that, and that video is the delivery free. I've explained some of these things in there. All right. So your plane ticket, so depending on what type of flight that you take, whether economy, business class, first class, whatever, or the time of the day, or the day of the week that you take your flight, that will determine how much you're going to pay for your flight ticket. All right. And then in the one last question I have two last questions that I want to address. So one other question is, do I have to come with my entire family? No, you don't. So after you've been selected, so whether you intend to come with your family to the United States after you're selected, it doesn't matter. You have to include your family. And your family, I'm talking about your spouse and your children, your biological and non-biological, whether your stepchildren and your adopted children, you have to include under the age of 21. You have to include them on the delivery application. But after you have been selected and then you fill the DS-260 application form, you have the option to select follow to join. So follow to join means that they will join you later. So your spouse and the children can join you later. You all don't have to come, because I understand plane tickets can be very expensive, and depending on your child's age, the certain airlines, like when your child is 2 years old, they are going to charge you. Some airlines will charge you like full ticket price. Some airlines may charge you like 80% or 75% of an adult person. But I understand if you have children, like multiple children, and you're coming with your spouse, and it's going to be very expensive. So if you don't want to bring them here, and then I understand also moving to a new country, you want to settle in, you don't want to bring your entire family and struggle. And when you yourself, you are trying to adjust, your children are trying to adjust, your spouse is also trying to adjust. So I understand, like, some people want to come first and then settle down before their family can join them. So you can do that, and that you can use the follow to join. All right, you do the follow to join, then they can join you later. Okay, but to use you need to put them on the application. You must put your children and your spouse on the application. All right, and then the last questions is so how do you check to see if you have been selected? So on May 8th of this year, Saturday, we're going to be able to check for those who applied for last year. All right, so those who applied for the DV lottery last year, we are going to be able to check, but you need your confirmation number or your email address. You will need more information. The other information you already know. You need your, if you're using your confirmation number, you need your year of birth, you need your first name, your last name, and then you need your confirmation number. All right. But if you're missing your confirmation number, then you need to put in your full name, your first and last middle name, and you need your date of birth, and then you need the email address that you use for the application. So that's why I'm saying that the most important information that you need will be your confirmation number or the email address that you use in this application, because if you forget both of this information, then you cannot check it. Even if you know your name, you know your date of birth, but if you don't know the email address that you use for the application, you cannot check it if you don't have the confirmation number. And if you don't know the confirmation number, you cannot check it. So these are the most important information that you need to be able to check your status. All right, so this video has been long enough, so I'm going to end here. because I'm beginning to feel so much pain in my jaws for speaking this long. But guys, I love you for all the support and the kindness that you have shown me so far. Please keep subscribing, keep subscribing. I'll keep making more videos. I plan on doing a streaming a live Zoom meeting. So if you're part of the Green Card Lottery Africa group, just look out for the link that on the day to check your status, we will have like a live Zoom meeting that you can come in, and then we check your status. We're all doing it together, okay? And when you are selected, hey, we'll clap for you, or we celebrate with you. If you're not selected, that's okay. All right. There's no shame, in that you are not selected. We can celebrate with the people who have been selected, and then we can also encourage those who are not selected to, keep fighting. All right. So we'll do that on May 8th. But join the Greek Lottery Africa so that you can find out that. The other thing that I plan to do will be to do another stream, another Zoom live meeting to help people, like for you to come and ask questions about the DV lottery process, especially those who are new to the DV lottery or Green Card lottery process, that you have questions, things that you want to ask me live. So we'll be doing that. I'll be scheduling that. I need to work to see which date that will work for everyone, or will be best for us to organize this, and we will schedule it way ahead of time so that you have enough time to plan to be part of this. Please join the Green Card Lottery Africa. That is the group that I am most active in. I have Green Card Lottery Ghana. That group, I'm not as active there, but I'll do better. I'll pop in there and I'll post stuff, share stuff there. But please join the Greek Lottery Africa. It doesn't matter whether you're from Africa or not. You can join that group, but don't join in there to come and promote yourself. Don't join in there to come and share irrelevant videos. Like, don't come and spam us. If you spam us, I'll block you. All right, we'll kick you out and block you from joining any of our groups. So when you come there, you ask questions. Just be respectful, all right? And then you can join Moving to America /WoFoy TV. That page, anything that has to do with immigration. So let's say that you did the follow to join and you want to find out how do I bring my family, or you are in America already, you want to know how do I bring my family, or your spouse or your girlfriend, your fiance, somebody's already in America, and you just want ideas on how do you go about this process, what is the form that I need to fill, and all that. I can give you tips and share ideas with you on what to do. But please know that I'm not an immigration attorney, so anything that I share here is based on my personal experience, things that I know, and it's not a legal advice. If you need a legal immigration advice, you need to talk to an immigration attorney, because that is not me. All right, that's not my job. I'm not an immigration attorney. But I love you guys for the support. You can also join one other group that you need to join will be Green Card Lottery USA in bracket Zambia. That group, you can get a lot of information from there. So guys, join that group also. Green Card Lottery Africa, Green Card Lottery Ghana, Green Card Lottery USA in bracket Zambia. Join all of that. Moving to America /WoFoy TV. Join all of them, because you're not getting charged to join any of the group. There'll be something that may be shared in one group that may not be shared in the other. So why don't you join all of them, so that wherever they share their information, you hear about it, you read it. And follow me on Facebook. My official page will be WoFoy TV. Most of the videos that I do, I share them on that page. So you have questions, you have comments, you can follow me there. You can put your comments there, your questions there, reach out to me, and I'll respond to you to the best of my ability. I love you. Keep sharing, keep subscribing, and I thank you for your prayers as I go through my surgical procedure. And I love you for the concern. Subscribe. We need to hit 1,000 subscribers. We need to hit 1,000 subscribers for by the end of May. So guys, let's do this. We can make this happen so that I can have more privileges on YouTube. I can make live videos and all that. I love you, and I'll see you on my next video. Bye bye.